Hey, welcome everybody to another episode of Bits and Bytes. Today I'm going to show you how you can make sure that SQLcl always remains the latest and greatest on your environment. Essentially have an auto update function and you never ever have to worry about anymore whether you're running on the latest and greatest. This is something that my colleague Chris Rice initially did and shared with me, and I found it so amazing that I took it further for a spin. Now, what it really does is it allows you to, when you spin up SQLcl, it will always make sure that you have A, SQLcl installed, and B, that it's always the latest and greatest. So if I just type here SQLcl and connect to my Oracle database, you see a couple of cool things. So, checked for the SQLcl version, downloaded the latest, etc., etc. Now, if I were to spin this up again, it would be smart enough to say, hey, you're running on the latest version of SQLcl, so all good, I'm launching it here. So how can you have that magic? Well, I put a little repo together on GitHub under my gvenzel user. If you hop over to Oracle Tools, you will find a SQLcl folder. And what is in there is essentially two little files that you can use, one or the other, that gives you this little magic. So the SQL file here in specifically has all the magic that you would have what you have just seen over here in this little output, checking the SQLcl version, etc., etc. Now you can do two things here. Either, or if you want, you can just download these two files and use the shell script, which does nothing else but to source that SQL file into your bash or C shell or whatever else you have, and then invoke it. Or you can just go ahead and copy paste this into your bash RC file or something else. Technically, you can even go ahead and just source this into your SQL prompt. Command line prompt, or just doing something like this, which would just take the file and then give you this SQL function. So you see here, if you do which SQL, again, that was which SQL, you will see the same output here that what you see over here. So that allows you, when you invoke SQL, to go through these checks and making sure that you always have the latest and greatest SQLcl on your environment. The command itself will be part of the runtime. The SQLcl command or installation itself will be stored in var temp, which is over here. You can change this to wherever else you like, but essentially it will just be pushed on var temp, where it will check that you always have the latest and greatest SQLcl. It will also store, so you see here, there's the SQLcl folder, and then there you have SQLcl from the web, and you will see here also there's this etag file that essentially stores that etag from SQLcl. This is how it knows that it's always the latest and greatest, or which version of SQLcl you're running. So either way, however you want to do this, if you take the script and either source it directly into your bash RC or C shell here on my Mac, or you download both of these and just invoke this sql.sh script, you will always get the latest and greatest SQLcl. Really cool, isn't it? Thanks a lot for watching, and stay tuned for more great tips soon.